Family. Just realized it's the beginning of October.
Welcome to Plant-Based Large Family. Just
realized
realized it's the beginning of October, so it's time for another update. Start over here. You can see the bare spot right in front of the lettuce that's going to seed. That's where I have my brassicas. Those have been transplanted. I have lettuce that's going to seed. I'm just kind of throwing it to the chickens whenever I get a chance. Some carrots that I planted, I'll put on the screen when, I can't remember. They're doing pretty well. Sweet potatoes are doing well. Those will be, the next update, those will have been harvested. So that's like mid-October, end of October is typically when we get our first frost. And so I harvest those whenever the vines die back. Over here you can see these vines are dying back, so this is our, I think this is our last pumpkin. This is our last watermelon patch. So we have too many watermelons already. I think we have like 20 in our house just kind of sitting there, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 at least more. So we'll probably harvest those early this week. As our zinnias that are, I don't know if you know anything about zinnias, but I guess a lot of flowers are like this, but I love just letting zinnias do their thing, and then the next year they come back, and so it's an annual seed, but I planted some the first year, and then I don't ever have to plant them again, so it's kind of like they're perennial, because they just keep coming back. I have some purple beans, purple snaps growing right here, just a few. It was kind of an afterthought. This is a watermelon plant. I do have a little watermelon. It probably won't, it only has like less than a month to ripen, so that'll probably be thrown to the chickens, but that's fine. Here, I showed you in a previous video that this was all carrots, but all of them have died back, except I see a couple. Can you see them? Yeah, there you go. I see a couple have survived. So I'll have like 2 carrots here. Lettuce, I'll throw to the chickens. I planted some lettuce. It looks like that's come up. I have some beets that'll be ready to be harvested. Now I just scattered some beet seeds at the beginning of August, and it was so hot, only, 3 came up. I could see that this pumpkin plant was dying back, and that the bean beetles had eaten my bean plants, and so we fenced in this section and put some chickens here, and I don't know if you can see that they scratched it up pretty well, ate a lot of the bean plants, but we probably will keep putting chickens in here for 2 or 3 more days, because there's just, I don't know if you can see in the flower, can't get in there because of this fence, but I'm going to put it as close as I can. There are just bean beetles like crazy. So we're going to keep putting chickens in here. The chickens loved it, and then it's like they got full, and then once they get full, they just find a way out. So they did that, and so probably 2 or 3 more times this week we'll put more chickens in until they get full, and hopefully take care of all these bean beetles, because they just went crazy this fall. And you can see obviously some squash bugs got to this pumpkin plant. They gnawed right through it, so that's dead, and you'll see, that's dead, but we're going to put some chickens in here just to take care of the bugs. And then, I don't know, I can't decide what to do, if I'm going to let my boxes rest this winter, because last winter they were all planted up, or since I have beans, peas, and peas, and I'm going to let the chickens in here, maybe, it'll be perfect soil to actually plant something this winter. I don't know, I haven't decided. So anyway, that's that section. Let's go over here. You can see this is covered because I have brassicas in here. I also have peas in here. I just kind of planted them next to each other, because anything planted with legumes or beans or whatever does well. So I have little kale, lacinato kale planted in there, and then I have peas. And then if you saw in the last video, I showed you a whole bunch of carrot seedlings that have come up, and I went ahead and covered them with DE. thinking that if it was cutworms, can you see that? Here they are. They're harder to see since they're covered with DE, but I was thinking if cutworms were getting them, maybe this would help. So we'll see. We'll see if these do well and last through the winter. Then we have our June-bearing strawberries. They're still looking good. Oh, we'll have to cover that. I need to clean out the coop, so I'll probably just scatter some manure and then cover them with wood chips. We like to do that before the first frost, so that'll have to happen sometime this month. Then here I have peas and peas here. The kids are just harvesting them whenever they can. Basically, when school's done, when they're done with their schoolwork for the day, they say, "Can we go harvest peas?" And have some peppers still growing. Some years I just don't do well with peppers, and this year did a pretty good job. So I'm really enjoying having fresh peppers. These were potato boxes, so I need to get those random potatoes that are still popping up. Here are my zucchini plants. You can see, look. This is not a zucchini. I swear the seed came out of the zucchini pack, but that's the patty pan. That's a patty pan squash. So we'll see if we get any fruit on this, if this is actually true to what the package said, that it truly is zucchini. I planted some I planted some beans. They're starting to come up, you can see. Popping through. I don't see any others popping. Oh, look, there's one. Right there. So they're starting to pop through. We'll see if that helps with the yellowing of the leaves. The tomatoes need to be dealt with because they're dying back big time. I like to get these before the frost just because they get all intermingled with the fencing and it's a pain when they're all died back. So I like to go ahead and pull my tomatoes before the frost. If you saw in the last video, this has carrots planted and brassicas transplanted. Actually doesn't look great. I don't know. It looked so much better before I planted them. Now they look like they don't like being covered. Oh, hi. Do you see back there? It looks like a watermelon busted open. Look at all those tiny little watermelon seedlings. Oh, but I do see carrot seedlings. I'll show you that. Hold on. Okay. Can you see the carrot seedlings came up? So that's good. A lot of the carrots came up. And on the other side, a lot of the carrots came up too, but those watermelon seedlings are kind of shading them out. So I'm going to go and pull those watermelon seedlings. The chickens will love these. And it'll give those little carrot seedlings a chance to not be shaded out. Before I move on to another section, here are the asparagus. They're doing great, as far as I can tell. I mean, they look great to me. We're still having new asparagus crowns coming up. Try to find a new one. Let's see here. Here's a new one. See, that one's pretty new. Uh-oh. I just came upon... This is a volunteer blackberry. We have lots of wild blackberries. And sometimes they'll just pop up in our garden, and I'll let them get big because I think they're raspberries because they're right next to our raspberries, but you can tell with these sharp things, that is a blackberry. We're going to have to dig that up. And we're back to the sweet potato patch. So that is our Back to Eden garden at the beginning of October. Not much going on. Well, less going on. Still a lot to clean up. Just a little bit to harvest every day. Peas, raspberries, strawberries, some beans. A lot of people will stop gardening by mid to the end of August because just their garden's overrun by weeds and it's just not even worth it anymore. That's the great thing about Back to Eden garden. It's not like I don't have any weeds, but I'm certainly not overrun by them. And I still want to garden. I wish I could garden a little bit more than I do in the winter. Just haven't quite figured it out. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day.